Hey guys, Alex here from Permitted, and today I'm going to show you how to get a sales tax permit in the state of Arizona. Arizona also refers to their sales tax permits as a transaction privilege tax permit, also referred to as the TPT. There are two ways that you can get a TPT license. The first is filling out a paper application, and the second is filling out their online application. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to fill out the paper application because I think it's just a lot easier than going and creating an account and dealing with all of the steps that are needed for the online application. In general, here at Permitted, we prefer to use the paper applications whenever possible because you don't have the data validation and it's just a lot easier to just type something out on the form. Granted, you do have to print it out and mail it in, but that's really negligible as long as you have some stamps and envelopes laying around. Since this form is pretty long, all I'm going to do is point out the special areas that you should be paying attention to, just because I want to make sure that you catch the important stuff. But before we begin filling this form out together, I just want to make sure that you actually need to get a TPT license in the state of Arizona. You need to get a TPT license if you have Nexus in Arizona. And Nexus is defined in Arizona a little bit differently than some states. So you have the standard things such as if you have employees, property, inventory inside of the state, but Arizona also is a little bit more specific in that they say that if you're building a market specifically in Arizona, that you can also have Nexus there. And so they define establishing and maintaining a market as soliciting sales, making repairs, collecting delinquent accounts, delivering property, installing products. They have a couple different things here, but this is different in that all you might be doing is marketing or selling products specifically to Arizona customers, and you might have Nexus there. So let's say, for example, your business is selling air conditioners and you go and start selling them to Arizonians saying, beat the summer heat in Arizona. You might now have Nexus there. This is very nuanced, and don't just think because you're selling to customers in Arizona that you have a sales tax obligation there. It's not what I'm saying, but just be aware of this nuance and reach out to an expert if you're unsure. All right, so let's hop into this form. Like I said, I'm just going to point out the areas that you really should be focusing on. All right, Section A, business information, just wants your FEIN and social security number. If you're an international seller, you don't have an SSN, reach out to us. We'll put you in contact with a partner who can help you get set up with sales tax permits inside of the United States. Question 2 is asking you which type of permit are you looking to get. So you can get a TPT, you can get, that would be the TPT at the state level. You can also get the TPT at the local level. You can also get both. If you're getting both, just check this one, the transaction privilege tax. You can apply for a withholding or unemployment tax account. We are not going to go through this option today. And the last is a use tax account. So let's go through the difference between use tax and the transaction privilege tax. For use tax, you would select this option if your business doesn't have a physical presence in the state of Arizona. So let's say you are an Amazon seller and your inventory is being stored in Arizona. You would select use tax here. Only select TPT if you have a physical location, maybe an office, or maybe you have employees there. But if you are not physically based out of Arizona, select use tax. If you have a question, I recommend calling Arizona and asking them. They'll walk you through it, or you can contact us and we'll help you. The rest of this information on here is pretty basic. Nothing really pops out here. It's going to ask for the NICS code, and it's also going to ask you for your business code as well. So if you just go to nics.com/search, you type in your keyword here for your business, it'll give you a code. You just simply enter that in here. Somewhere else on the form, I'm pretty sure it's here, it's going to ask you for your business code. Arizona has their own system for classifying businesses. A couple states do this. It's kind of strange that Arizona wants both the NICS and the Arizona code. But if you go all the way to the last page, they provide those codes there for you to identify your business. It started raining, so hopefully you don't hear the background noise too much. All right, question 12. Are you a construction contractor? So there are some services that are taxable within the state of Arizona, and contract work is one of them. However, there are some peculiarities. Just because if you're doing contracting doesn't necessarily mean that you're considered a construction contractor. So make sure you look into Arizona's definition of that, because if you are, then you're also going to have to post a bond, which will cost a significant amount of money. And you'll also be liable for the tax, and you might not need to be based on your business's circumstances. The next section here is withholding. We're going to skip that because I'm assuming that you don't have employees in the state, but if you do have employees in the state, make sure you fill that information out. Okay, section C, question 1, it's asking you the date business started in Arizona. This is the question that can get you in trouble if you're not paying attention. So what they're looking to know is, when did you first get Nexus in the state of Arizona? So just keep in mind, if you put a date that's significantly in the past, then, and you have significant sales tax that you haven't been paying to Arizona, then Arizona is likely going to audit you. So you have a couple of options. You can either voluntarily disclose any unpaid sales tax to the state of Arizona, or you can wing it. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but that's also an option. Okay, the next section that is important is section I. So this is going to be where you identify which localities that you would like to register for a sales tax permit as well. And it has the license fee here. And these license fees are going to be per location. So if you're opening multiple stores, for example, you would multiply the number of locations by the license fee. And then you would total it all up down here. Arizona is going to charge $12 just to process the form at a minimum. They also charge $12 per location, so you would add everything up and simply fill out your check to the Arizona Department of Revenue. Make sure to include your Social Security number or FEIN on the for line, and then also include JT1. That's the form you're filling out on there, and you should be good to go. That's everything here on the form. It's pretty straightforward as far as forms go. If you have any questions about if you need to get a sales tax permit in Arizona, or if you need help getting sales tax permits in Arizona, we are definitely here to help. Our website is salespermitted.com. Thank you.